So my foundation is already on because this video is not about base. It's actually about what brings your skin to life. Blush, bronzer, and glow. A lot of people think that wearing all three of these things all at once is a bit much and it's a bit of an overkill. Like they think it can be a bit unnecessary or just a bit heavy, and honestly I get that because it can if you've applied it in the wrong way. But I also think that's where people go wrong. The reason layering works so well when done properly is because each product is doing a different job. Bronzer adds structure and warmth to the face. Blush brings freshness and kind of color and life back into the skin, and glow reflects light and gives you that nice kind of like just lit from within glow. When you understand that they're not actually competing with one another, it changes it completely, because they're actually not competing, they're actually supporting one another, and that can end up giving you the best possible finish. I think the mistake that I see more often with this is people using too much of each, or layering just one on top of the other, putting it too close together, or just focusing on one more than the other two, and that can end up just making everything look wrong. I feel like when makeup is layered properly and correctly, it can end up giving you that really nice lifted finish to the skin and just generally making you look a bit more youthful and healthy looking. It looks good rather than wrong. Now, if you like these kind of explanations, like real deep dives into how-tos, then please do like this video, hit subscribe, and hit that bell button because it means you won't miss my next video, which is going to be really good. Let's talk about why order matters now, because I am going to be showing you this as well, but I just want to explain to you so that it makes sense when I'm actually doing it. The order that you apply these products in really does matter. If you start with glow, then basically everything underneath slides around. If you add blush before you've created structure, then the face can end up looking flat. And if you apply bronzer last, right on top, then it can end up looking maybe a little bit muddy. And again, your technique matters hugely in this, but it can end up like not blending into the skin as well. Now, I could probably do that and it would look fine, but that's because this is my job. So I'm making it very kind of like accessible to the everyday person and explain, you know, making it work right for you guys. You know, this isn't what you do day in, day out. So that's why I'm saying that there's a particular layer, like a layering order in place for you guys. So let's talk about the order that I would follow if I were you. If I'm your personal makeup artist, this is what I would do. Bronzer first, blush second, glow last. Using this order allows everything to melt into the skin so that it all looks like it's part of the face rather than just sitting on top of one another and doing its own thing. Now, you might actually want to head on over to the Beauty Breakfast Club. It's my online publication, which is all about beauty, wellness, mindset, everything like that, a bit of fashion thrown in too. And there's a new newsletter every 2 days. I write everything myself, and it's a real deep dive into new product releases, stuff that you'll find over there that you won't find here first, and also like actual breakdowns of tutorials on how to do certain things. So it's very easy for you to refer back to those things because you can just go back to the site. It's literally like an online magazine. Like, head on over and check it out, thebeautybreakfastclub.com. It's like going over to Vogue or like Harper's Bazaar or Grazia. You're gonna love it. And also, it's free to subscribe, but that gives you access to some of the site. But if you actually go for the paid version, it's the same as getting yourself 1 coffee a month, so that's not much. And also that gives you access to the entire site, unlocks everything, and also lets you join the group chat, which is the best thing ever. There's like nearly 8,000 people as part of this community, and everyone's actually really got to know each other really well, and we all help each other out with beauty dilemmas, and people buy stuff and they're sharing it. Everyone is like-minded, so if you love beauty, you are going to love this place. And also, as part of the group chat, you get to ask me any questions directly and I will always answer. So yeah, see you there. Okay, so as I said, I only have foundation on my skin. I don't have any bronzer or like kind of contour anywhere. So let's move in with bronzer first. This is where we're going to be creating structure. I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer in Tan. I always start with bronzer before my blush or my glow because it ends up giving me that structure that I need, but also adds the warmth at the same time. So I'm bringing back that kind of dimension back to my face, but I'm also adding the warmth at the same time. Think of bronzer as like your framework for the whole look. It kind of like very quietly defines the face so that it can sit quietly there, but it kind of has done its job without overpowering the whole look. Now, what I want to do, because I know a lot of people say, oh yeah, but it's like bronzer, like, isn't this where the sun hits the skin and all this kind of stuff? Like, I like to use bronzer to like sculpt as well, because I feel like you can get both things done with using one product, and you don't have to use a specific contour product for that. There are contour products that I use which are actually quite warming and almost work like a bronzer too, such as the Dior Forever contour stick in tan. That's really good too. But I'm going to use this one today. I quite like this. So I'm going to use my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Brush, and I'm using the like oval side of it because it gives me more precision. And what I'm going to do is go into that, and then I go onto the back of the hand so that I don't get like too much product immediately on my skin. Now what I'm going to do is apply it to the areas that I want to sculpt, but I'm not going like too strong on that area because I want to create that nice kind of warmth as well while I'm there. So what I'm doing is just applying this to the top part of the ear and then gradually fading in. See that? But what I'm doing is I'm taking it onto like the cheekbone a little bit, so it gives me that nice kind of like, you know, where the sunlight will hit it and give it that warmth. So it's adding the structure, but adding the warmth there too. So it's kind of softly structuring the perimeter of the face so that you get the definition, the sculpt that you need, but also that really nice bronze sun-kissed look. So we're going around this area. This is also going to slim down the face. And I like to go underneath the jawline. See that? Okay, can you see how that's really kind of sculpted the face, but it's also warmed it up? Look at this side and then look at this side, right? Let's go ahead and do this side now. So you see how I'm going quite high up under the cheekbone? So it's not too low. Almost kind of going on the cheekbone a little bit, so slightly higher than you usually would. There you go. And then into the hairline a bit there. That warms up that area, and then jawline. It's honestly as simple as that. Because we've really thought about the placement, it doesn't drag the face down. It kind of like lifts everything in a very clever way. And also because we've applied the bronzer first, it means that the blush and the glow is going to sit really well on top of this, and just it becomes a bit more cohesive. Because the minute you apply your bronzer last, if you don't know what you're doing and you're not used to it, it can end up looking quite kind of muddy and just very separate to everything, and the whole look doesn't look cohesive. Now we want to add blush, and we want to bring life back into the skin. So this is where we want to go for a color which is going to be quite healthy looking. So we're going to go for a nice pink. I'm going to go for this. This is Bloom. This is a really nice kind of peachy pink. This is the Dior Forever Soft Filter Blush. And then we're going to go for the Hourglass 15 brush. I've got it on the back of my hand, and I'm going to really get it into this brush. I feel like without blush, your skin can, like your makeup can look really flat. It genuinely does make you look a lot more healthy and like brings freshness to your skin. So I generally prefer to apply this on the higher part of my cheekbone, but not too high going into the temple. So I kind of start from the top part of the apple. So the apple is here, right? Can you see that when you smile? It's there. I'm applying it here, the top corner. And then I take it up onto the high part of my cheekbone, and that gives me more of a lifted effect, but I've still got it on a little bit of the apple, so it doesn't look like it's just going into my temple. It's still giving me that nice kind of like very subtle fullness on the cheek, but not too much. The lower you go, the more it can age your face and just brings everything down. So you really want to kind of keep it high up. See that nice color we've got there now? Let's go here as well, top part of the apple going into the high part of the cheekbone. And also don't get it wrong by going right underneath the eye, because that also doesn't look normal. There you go. We've got like brightness, we've got that color back into the skin. Using a cream blush, by the way, is always going to look a bit more healthy on your skin than using a powder blush, and plus it blends in easily and melts into the skin a lot better. So if you're going to be using and layering like bronze, blush and glow, always stick to the same texture, because if you're mixing it with powder and cream, it can end up just not melting in and like looking cohesive. If you do like product recommendations, by the way, you might want to head on over to my beauty and fashion channel on YouTube, because it has loads of videos like that, very like quick bite-sized videos. You're going to love it. Now we want to move on to the glow, and this is where we're going to reflect light, not enhance texture. So we really want to create that nice lit from within glow. And again, we're going to be using like a creamy liquid, or like cream or liquid, sorry. I'm going to be using cream, but I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do. Like, I genuinely feel that glow should always be last, and it should be intentional. I'm using my Patrick Tar Major Glow Creme and Powder Light Reflecting Powder Duo in Daddy, but I'm only using the cream side, so not the powder one. I'm using the cream here. It's like a champagne color. It's really nice for my skin tone. Now, I would always make sure that your highlighter, your cream highlighter, is kind of just a little bit brighter than your skin, a little bit lighter than your skin tone, so not like a lot lighter. You shouldn't be using like a white for my skin tone. Highlighter isn't meant to sit everywhere either, by the way. It's meant to melt onto the peaks, the high points of your features. It's meant to reflect light on the smooth areas of your features. So don't apply it anywhere that you already have a lot of texture, because all it's going to do is enhance that then. When you apply glow last, it just enhances your skin rather than like looking like a visible highlighter. So I've got it on the back of this sponge. Then I'm going to go onto the back of the hand to make sure there's not too much product. And then I'm going to go here. This is the highest point of my cheekbone where I don't have much texture. And it's going to go right there. And this is going to give me the glow that I need. See that? It gives such a nice glow. And you can apply this to other areas. Like I like to go sometimes down the center of the bridge of the nose. There you go. Now, if you want to powder after, you can. I'm going to show you where I would do that. So I've just got my Easy Bake. I'm going to get it onto my powder puff here. And all I'm going to do is just powder down just the center of my face. So what I do is I just press that in. And then I just powder it there. See how much of a difference that makes? The center section is nice and matte, like soft matte, and then we've got that nice bronze blush and glow on the perimeter of the face. And another thing, hopefully this actually goes to show that it doesn't have to be overkill. Like, to me, this does not look like too much. So this whole kind of like, I feel like this myth that people have of kind of bronze, blush and glow looking really heavy together, and it's just unnecessary. I think this goes to show that that isn't the case. The key to wearing all three without it looking heavy and for it to be overkill is layering strategically, applying very thin layers, so not heavy layers, and using the right shade so that, for example, your bronzer is not too dark for your skin, it's not too orange either. Your blush is not overly pigmented and not too bright and bold. Using the right textures, using like applying it in the right place, like correct placement. Like you shouldn't see stripes of bronzer and like dollops of blush and like glow on textured areas, you know, all of that makes it wrong. Everything should blend into the skin so you can't tell where one starts and one finishes. It should all look very seamless. I feel like when bronzer, blush and glow are layered intentionally, you can get the most beautiful finish, and it genuinely kind of looks like, okay, what have you got on your skin, you know, rather than, oh, what bronzer do you have on, what blush do you have on, what glow do you have on. You look healthy, radiant and lifted in all the right places. I hope you've enjoyed this today. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell for the next video, and I'll see you on the next one.